Hi, Matthew. First things first, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm honored.
So I wanted to kind of understand a little bit more about your interests and why you're looking forward to law school.
I hope this was partially reflected in my essay, but growing up in a first-generation household, I felt like I was exposed firsthand to the values and principles of like hard work and, getting to where you can go, through just dedication and consistency. And that was really key. It was sort of surreal in a way to know that my parents, they were the breadwinners, right? We had no financial backup, no extra security. If they got sick or if they got harmed in their line of work, it could have spelled grave disaster for my family. And my parents always made sure that my brother and I were aware of that and how coming to America was such an opportunity and that we had to work incredibly hard and make use of it.
The way that workers' compensation works is very different from other fields of law as opposed to car crashes or slip and falls or people who are injured in catastrophic events outside of the workplace. Because in workers' compensation, you're entitled to medical care as well as pay for the work that you miss. But there's a very unique structure to it. You have to go through workers' compensation doctors. And oftentimes, a lot of people who are in the lines of work similar to your parents, like manual labor and things of that nature, they don't know their rights, like you said in your essay.
It's a systemic pattern where legitimate claims are routinely denied initially, where injured workers are just sort of forced to fight for the benefits they're entitled to. And more often than not, they have to combat this very complex and intricate legal apparatus. If you don't have the backing of, let's say, a law firm with 50 years of experience in the field, your chances of, what you're deserving of is not optimistic. That's so important. And that's sort of why this is purpose-driven work, the line of work you guys do. And that's generally why I can see myself in the field in the future, because when you are sort of principle-driven, as in you sort of let your morals and your dream of having these people have justice, have these people reach their justice, it's the dream, right? And you can help these people get that. I read the statistic somewhere that 67% of denied claims are eventually paid. It just goes to show that these initial denials aren't made out of any merit or objectivity, but sort of as a barrier strategy almost. And you hit it right on the money when you said, they don't want to pay, they don't want to help these workers. And so we see a system that's supposed to be, serving the interests of the workers, of people who get on the field, being turned against them, right? And so your guys' line of work is so important. So scholarship, it means a lot to me, actually. My parents, I want to ease the financial burden on them as much as possible. I have two other siblings who are currently attending school because we see that as my parents were really, 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 really emphasizing the value of an education. They're back home, they're working, and they're working grievous hours to help pay for that off. In winning the scholarship, it helps me be able to talk with my parents when I call with them and feel just a tiny bit better that they may have to work just a little bit less when it comes to help paying for that college tuition. The scholarship, what it means to me, more so, it helps pave the path for me to pursue my dreams, to go to law school and to ultimately help the people around me.
What I care most about is, in the workers' compensation aspect, is really just helping the client. So when I get a client who really needs help, that's what kind of drives me, if that's your question. When someone comes in there, if the case is denied, like I said, and they're really injured and they need help and there's nowhere to turn because they've asked and they're just telling them no and they can't afford to go to the doctors on their own. We really are kind of that last bastion of hope for them, and it's really important that we take them seriously and that we get them the treatment that they need, because otherwise they don't have their own recourse. So we really are the people to help them, and that's what I look forward to, is really helping those people.
It is something I greatly respect. That's admirable.
Thank you very much. And honestly, I'm after speaking with you, I'm very confident you're going to do great in law school and as a lawyer, as a future lawyer. So I just wanted to say again, thank you very much. Congratulations. And if you ever have any other questions or anything, feel free to reach out.
Thank you so much. And let me just express once again that I'm super honored to have received this opportunity, and I hope make you guys there proud when I go to law school.
Thank you, Matthew. We wish you nothing but the best.